Welcome to the Daily Spark Radio. I'm Ryan.
And I'm Mia. We are so glad you're here.
So, I had a funny moment this morning. I was standing in front of my closet. I was holding a thick wool sweater in one hand.
Wait, it's June. Why did you have a sweater?
Exactly. But the air conditioning in my office is extreme. I have to dress for winter while it's summer outside. It made me realize how much the seasons control our lives.
Oh, completely. Seasons change what we eat and how we feel. And everyone has a strong opinion about their favorite.
Which brings us to today's topic. It is the classic debate. Summer versus winter. Which one is actually better?
Arguing in English can feel really scary, right? You worry about sounding rude or starting a fight.
That is such a common fear. But don't worry, we are going to make it simple today. You will learn how to express your preferences and counter arguments smoothly, no matter the weather.
English is about connection. You can disagree and still be friends. Have you ever tried to explain why your favorite season is the best, but couldn't find the right words to win the argument? Yes, you just want to say, because it feels good. But that doesn't really win a debate, does it? No, it really doesn't. You need to back up your feelings. I mean, just last week, I was talking to a friend from Spain. Oh, and you tried to explain why you love the freezing cold? Exactly. I couldn't find the right phrases to defend myself quickly enough. Well, it is pretty hard to defend freezing temperatures, you know? Hey, wait a minute. Winter is amazing, but that is exactly why having the right vocabulary is so important. It really is. And you know, the weather is the ultimate small talk topic. Think about it. You're standing in line for coffee. What do you say to the stranger next to you? It's so hot today, right? Exactly. Or, I cannot believe this snow. It's a completely universal experience. And let's be honest, people love to complain about the weather. They complain about the summer heat, and they complain about the winter ice. If you can talk confidently about the seasons, you can talk to absolutely anyone. I completely agree. It's the best way to break the ice, literally. Good one. So today, Mia and I are going head to head. We're going to have a very friendly debate. I'll be defending summer because I love the sun, the beach, and the long days. And I'll be defending winter. Give me the cold, dark evenings anytime. I'm already shivering just thinking about it. Just you wait. But for our listeners, listen closely to how we respond to each other. Yes, notice the little phrases we use to disagree politely. You want to make the other person pause and really think about your point, but you definitely don't want to sound angry or rude while doing it. Exactly. It's all about tone and using the right expressions. So, are you ready for this, Team Summer? I was born ready. Let's get into it. Okay, let me paint a picture for you. It's 8 p.m., the sun is still up. You're sitting outside with your friends, there's a warm breeze.
The long evenings are nice, I will admit that.
They are magical. Summer brings a sense of absolute freedom. You don't have to put on heavy boots or coats. You can just step outdoors and start living.
Living outdoors is definitely easier when you're not freezing.
Exactly. Summer is spontaneous. You can go to the beach. You can have a picnic in the park on a Tuesday. The world feels open. It feels alive and full of energy.
Sounds like a movie, but reality is a bit sweatier.
A little sweat never hurt anyone. Think about the sounds, crickets chirping at night, kids laughing. Summer gives us permission to act like children again. We eat ice cream, we run through sprinklers.
I do miss hearing the ice cream truck.
See? Deep down, everyone loves summer. It's pure joy.
All right, my turn. Summer is fun, sure, but it is exhausting. There's so much pressure to be busy. Winter gives us the greatest gift of all, permission to rest.
Oh, that's an interesting way to look at it.
Think about a Sunday afternoon in January. It's snowing outside, the wind is howling, but you're inside, you're safe and warm.
You do appreciate your house more when it's cold.
Exactly. The world slows down. the streets get quiet. There's nothing more cozy than drinking hot coffee by a window. You wrap up in a thick blanket and read a book.
I have to admit, I love thick blankets.
Winter brings people together in a different way. In summer, everyone scatters. In winter, we gather around the table. Plus, let's be honest, you can always put on more clothes.
Here comes the classic argument.
It's true. If you're cold, you add a sweater. If you're hot in summer, well, you're just stuck.
Okay, I look your point, but you're completely wrong.
Wait a second, you look my point?
Oops, I see your point, but I see your point about adding sweaters. But honestly, people complain just as much in winter.
Well, sure, scraping ice off a car is not fun.
See? And summer actually gets us outdoors. I hate feeling trapped inside for months. You know what? I just used our debate phrase. Using I see your point, but feels so sneaky.
It really does. It's like a polite little shield. You make them feel heard, then you attack.
Exactly. I acknowledge your sweaters, then destroy your argument.
Fair enough. On the other hand, being inside is cozy.
Nice phrase. On the other hand, it feels like you're holding a physical scale.
You weigh one fact against a totally opposite fact.
Right. One hand has the bright, beautiful outdoors. The other hand has being buried under blankets.
Hey, blankets are great. Summer heat is exhausting. You step outside and you're instantly sweating.
Ugh, that part is true. Your shirt just sticks to your back.
You've been there, right?
Yes, I know that sticky feeling. But I'll still take that over freezing.
We'll have to agree to disagree there.
So, here's your use it tomorrow tip.
Next time someone shares a terrible idea at work,
Just smile and say, I see your point, but
then tell them why your idea is way better.
terrible idea.
I see your point, but at least in summer you can swim, hike, and surf without 5 layers of gear. If someone tells me skiing is relaxing, I just say they're lying.
That is way too aggressive, Mia.
Honestly, it feels better to be direct.
No, it's better to be polite. How would you politely tell a friend they are wrong? What would you say?
Good question. I think I would say something like, what is your polite version?
I would say that's not entirely true.
That sounds so formal, you know?
Not at all. It feels like a soft cushion. You're disagreeing, but leaving a little room for their opinion.
So if I say sweating outside all summer is gross,
I say that's not entirely true. A warm summer breeze is actually very refreshing.
okay, but you have to admit that a cozy indoor day is better.
Ooh, nice move. You have to admit that.
Right? It feels like a gentle trap. Like I'm slowly pulling you over to my side.
It works. It means you know I secretly agree with you.
Exactly. You cannot deny the joy of a warm blanket.
Okay, I do love a good blanket. Outdoor summer parties are way more fun.
Here's your use it tomorrow tip for this debate.
If your friend praises a freezing outdoor winter adventure,
Just smile and say, that's not entirely true. The couch is better.
sure, the couch is great, but honestly, how do you survive the darkness?
The darkness? Come on, it's just an early evening. In winter, it gets totally dark by 4 in the afternoon. Don't you think that ruins your entire mood? Okay, you make a fair point. The short days can be pretty gloomy. Exactly. People always complain about the summer heat, but the winter darkness is extreme. Wait, I did not lose the argument there, you know? You kind of did. You literally said, you make a fair point. That phrase is just like dropping my shield for a single second. It doesn't mean you win the war, it just means I hear your logic. Oh, I like that. It's a very polite way to survive an argument. Exactly, and your logic was pretty solid. Of course it was. I used don't you think that to gently push you. Yeah, that phrase feels like opening a door. You invite me to step inside. It's much softer than shouting, you're wrong about winter. And you walked right through that door. Sure, winter mornings can be pretty, but you know what's even better? A summer sunrise where you actually want to go outside and feel it on your skin. Think about that for a second. I'm never awake for those. I want to be outdoors in the afternoon. Fine, you sun lover. Here's your use it tomorrow tip. When a friend complains about the weather, don't fight them immediately. Just drop your shield and tell them, you make a fair point, but it keeps the conversation friendly and I still get to win. Win? You cannot win when your shirt sticks to your back. Hey, summer fashion is the best. It's so incredibly simple. Let me tell you about yesterday. I wore a very cute dress. Oh, I remember that yellow dress. Well, 5 minutes later, I looked like a completely wet mop. I was just praying for a cool breeze. Winter coats are much better. Well, honestly, I respectfully disagree. Shorts and a t-shirt are so easy. Oh, I respectfully disagree. That is very polite of you, Ryan.
Exactly. It feels like putting down a heavy sword in a fight. You're still disagreeing, but you're keeping the vibe very classy.
Like wearing a nice tuxedo to a street argument.
Right? But seriously, winter clothes are like wearing heavy armor. It takes 20 long minutes just to leave the house. You've been there, right? Sweating under 3 thick layers before you even step outdoors?
Okay, but look at it this way. Winter clothes hide absolutely everything.
Hide what? What exactly are you hiding under there?
Everything. Ate way too much for lunch? Just wear a big cozy sweater. Having a terrible hair day? Just put on a cute wool beanie.
Wow, look at it this way. That is a really great debate phrase.
Right? It feels exactly like turning a physical map around. You gently force the other person to look from your specific angle.
Honestly, you are totally right about the bad hair days. Ugh.
See? So here's your use it tomorrow tip. When someone questions your messy winter outfit, just pivot the focus completely.
Just tell them, look at it this way. At least I'm comfortable.
Comfortable? Sure, until you have to shovel your frozen driveway at dawn.
I usually tell winter haters, you are completely crazy.
That's incredibly rude. I just say, I can't agree with you there.
My way is much faster, but hey, you listeners can decide your favorite.
Well, I can't agree with you there. Shoveling is awful.
It is great exercise. I mean, people complain way too much.
Let's be honest, nobody likes breaking their back on solid ice.
It's way better than summer. You step outside.
To enjoy a beautiful warm summer breeze?
Yes, and a giant bug flies right into your mouth. Ugh.
Okay, that's gross, but extreme winter weather is actually miserable.
Let's be honest. Summer mosquitoes are the absolute worst pest.
I will take a few bug bites over frostbite anytime.
You know, the phrase you used a minute ago was really interesting.
Because I used, I can't agree with you there.
Yes, it feels like putting up a soft, polite shield.
Exactly. You block my opinion, but you do not attack me.
I'm rejecting the idea, not the person.
And your phrase, let's be honest, feels totally different.
It feels like pulling back a curtain to show an ugly truth.
Like the ugly truth of giant summer bugs.
You force the other person to face reality.
I dare you to drop a let's be honest truth bomb on a friend tomorrow.
Oh, that's a fantastic challenge.
So here's your use it tomorrow tip.
Try it when someone suggests that terrible diner down the street.
Just say, let's be honest, their coffee tastes like actual dirt.
Okay. I think we've debated enough for one day.
We might never agree on which season is the absolute best, but I think we can find some common ground here. Both seasons offer something we really need, a reset.
That is so true. A reset. We need the change. If it were summer all year, we would never rest. We would be exhausted from all the parties and the sun.
And if it were winter all year, we would get so sad. We need the summer sun to wake us back up. The golden rule here is to appreciate the contrast.
Contrast. I love that word. It makes life interesting. You only enjoy a warm fire because it's cold outside.
And you only enjoy a cool drink because it's hot. So, whatever season it is right now, try to find the magic. Let's look back at the vocabulary from today's chat. You might have heard us say the word cozy earlier.
Yes, I love that word. Cozy is all about that warm, comfortable, safe feeling.
Imagine it is snowing hard outside. You are inside on the sofa, wrapped in a thick wool blanket, holding a mug of hot tea.
That is the ultimate cozy feeling. It makes you want to stay inside forever. For a use it tomorrow example, you could say to a friend, "This new coffee shop is so cozy. Let's sit in the corner chair."
Perfect. Next up, we talked a lot about enjoying the outdoors.
Right. The outdoors. Imagine opening your front door and feeling that first breath of fresh air hit your face. That whole world beyond your walls, that's the outdoors.
Right.
It's being out in the world. You know that itch you get after sitting at your desk all day? That "I need to get outdoors" feeling?
Exactly. It's the opposite of being stuck inside all day. A great use it tomorrow sentence is, I really need to spend more time outdoors this weekend instead of just watching television.
Now, before we move on to our next vocabulary word, let's quickly remember a couple of the key phrases we use to argue politely today.
Oh, right. We practiced using I see your point, but, and on the other hand.
These are magic phrases. They're perfect when you disagree with someone.
Yes, I used one of those today, actually.
You did, and that's exactly the point. You don't just shout no, you show you're listening first. It keeps the whole conversation very friendly.
Speaking of keeping things friendly, you might have heard us use the word complain.
Yes, complaining. Complaining is that heavy, frustrated feeling when something is wrong and you just have to let it out and tell everyone. Like grumbling about the terrible summer heat.
We all do it. It's just expressing your frustration out loud. For your use it tomorrow example, try saying, my neighbor loves to complain about the loud traffic on our street.
Very relatable. Now, let's look at the word extreme.
Extreme is when something is just too much.
It goes way past normal.
Right.
It is not just a little cold, it's dangerously freezing. It pushes the absolute limit of what you can handle.
Exactly. It's intense and dramatic.
That's a strong word. I like it.
A good way to use it tomorrow would be, I really do not like extreme sports. I prefer a quiet, safe walk in the park.
Much safer. Finally, you might have heard us mention a breeze.
Ah, a breeze. This is a soft, gentle, moving wind. It's the kind of wind that feels absolutely perfect on your skin during a hot summer afternoon.
Yes, it cools you down, but it's not strong enough to blow your hat away or ruin your hair. For a use it tomorrow example, you can say, let's open the window. There's a lovely breeze tonight. And that is our show for today. You did great, you know? Debating really doesn't have to be a scary fight. I mean, look at Ryan and me. We're still friends.
Barely. But seriously, remember our promise from the beginning. You can express your preferences smoothly in English. It's just a simple conversation between friends. No stress at all.
Exactly. So, well, here's your challenge for this week.
We want you to have a mini debate with a friend. You know, just chat about the weather over a coffee.
Try to use the words cozy and extreme in your argument. Like, winter is too extreme, or summer nights are so cozy. See? It's a breeze.
Oh, nice callback to our vocabulary. And of course, we want to hear from you too. Tell us in the comments, are you team summer or team winter?
I think we already know who has the better arguments here. I mean, who actually likes sweating all day?
Keep dreaming, Ryan. Summer always wins.
Nobody likes scraping ice off their car in the morning. Well, we'll see about that in the comments. Now, for next time, imagine a really frustrating moment. You have the perfect English response right in your head.
Oh, I hate that feeling. You're ready to speak, but the English words just freeze on your tongue. You just stay completely silent.
It happens to everyone, you know? But next time, we're going to help you thaw out those frozen words.
We'll give you some simple tricks to keep the conversation flowing.
This has been the Daily Spark Radio. See you next time.